Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here playing Genshin Impact.
Take flight!
If you can see, this might be a new thing. I need to record myself play a game that I love every single day. Do you like Red Bull? Well, chill out on the Red Bull for a little bit. We'll hype you up too much. Drink a beer. Ladies and gentlemen, Genshin Impact. A beautiful sight. A world filled with mystery. What shall we do today? Let's start to the wise. Or the wine, I forgot. Let's go do it. Burst forth! Yeah, that's not gonna work. Hello. How are you? That was me, guys. That was totally me. Actually, yeah, we keep doing it too. Hello. How dare you? I thought it was great. Get your new pack. Right here. Just take it. What beer would I buy? You know, just relax. Buy a beer whenever you feel like. Don't stress yourself out. We're playing Majigger Pack. That's where it's at. Majigger Pack. Genshin Impact filled with anime waifus. I'm telling you, tons of anime. Not just one anime. Tons! I'm talking lots of anime. Every character in the book right here. I'm a collector of Genshin. I've been doing it for a while now. Sometimes you gotta relax, like I said. And this is my relaxing game. It used to be CSGO servers, you know? Simply, it is Genshin Impact. I feel so relaxed. Oh, God. So I'm trying to get over here to get to the next part. It's taking me forever. I'm trying to, like, get to where this part is. I think I'm lost. Nani? Nani? Oi! Arigato! Nani? Oi! Arigato! Arigato! Ha! Ha! Sada! Today we're playing Ayaka, a great character. You can go so fast with Ayaka. Or we can play Flying Boy, that literally flies. The Wanderer. I guess we have to name him. I am Ayaka, chief of the sword. Yo, what's up, boys? Am I late for the party?
I was trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
I don't know.
Oh,
You smell that
what
pie?
a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of beer.
You got
we
to be
can still
sneaky,
add it to
Paimon.
the list.
You got to be very, very sneaky.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
You just ruined the moment.
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
So you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous.
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago.
Dude, that is epic. I tell ya, epic.
My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dia wasn't around.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you be missing people.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming.
So welcoming.
Anyway, the job is already taken care of. so I was gonna head back
It's
to
like
the
Albedo.
brigade as soon as I finished a little
Always trying
shopping.
to ruin this
But the
world.
master kept insisting,
Albedo's
and I
trying
ended
to
up staying
burst
for
it
another
all.
day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia.
He's always
Father hasn't
watching
even
through the
gotten around to
darkness.
treating you to his best dishes yet.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady.
Are you
Don't worry,
sure?
though. They'll all...
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! I can't believe you can still refuse that!
World of mystery.
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Yeah, where's your badge to fight monsters?
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time.
You're
And I
sorry?
promise I'll plan the best trip
Are
ever for you.
sure? I'm fucking bored.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go,
Alright,
it's
fine.
more like... I
Fine,
feel like something is
welcome.
off. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Guess you're delusional.
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. Wouldn't pry any further. If something really is bothering you, then just
Let
tell me.
know.
You know I'll help you however I can.
Do whatever it takes. I'll even die for you. I'll even sacrifice the world for you, just like the traveler's brother.
Oh, looks like Junior's eye was onto something.
Oh, Danny.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you.
Sometimes you just gotta hide it better.
I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where
Why
Mora
would you like
reigns
trouble
supreme.
when you can relax?
Everything operates on a
Enjoy the
completely
world.
different set of rules.
Go fishing. for
That
a
doesn't
change.
change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you
Sorry,
if I
stone
understand
support.
what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya?
They're dating each
All
other.
right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else
They're
first.
in love with each
This
other.
isn't exactly the best place for a discussion. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any
We're
extra
part of a
attention.
relationship now. Paimon.
As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are
Wait,
no
is that a
different than me.
fucking child?
Just going around looking
Stop.
for jobs to earn some more. My brigade is called the However, not all...
Dude, this is
Sure, it's
already gonna become
relics.
10 minutes.
Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years.
Come on,
Anyway,
you just
the
gotta
real
feel
issue is that
those
Dakan al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep, the scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
You've already took 10 minutes of my
Yeah.
time.
How can your
Hurry
father
your
do such
speech.
terrible things?
Why can't
I
you
don't know.
skip?
People change.
That's setting the bar pretty.
I mean,
You know,
if he was
Genshin.
even remotely decent, then why would I have to
Really
leave
ruined
the
the
brigade and
skipping.
cut all ties
Oh
with
wait,
him?
there isn't one.
He was
No,
loud
yeah.
and foolish,
Boy.
with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful,
You're
he spent
foolish.
most of his time
You
drinking
don't
and
even know where
chasing
you're
after women.
supposed to be. You're just
Of course,
here
the other
wandering.
brigade members were just like him. They're
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
'Cause she died a long time ago.
I'm sorry, Dia. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady.
She was
That's
stripped
pretty
of her
common in
power.
mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person. He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was.
It's fine.
And in any case, she never came to see me.
Mom's
He'd
mom.
say,
And
"You'll be
Dad.
fine as long as you remember to
You have
stick
them
with
to take
Dad."
care of
But even then,
you.
he
Even
left most of the parenting to the
then.
brigade.
Okay.
The one thing I do remember
Even
is that he
then,
used to
you
tell me stories. But the problem
You're
was
just
that
gonna keep
he had
going.
terrible taste.
Try your
He only knew a
best.
few stories,
Don't give up.
and even those tended to be pretty stale.
Keep going.
They were tales
A
of
bee
desert
wants a
warriors
bow.
defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though.
Traveler.
He was so into them that he'd
Don't
call the
do
whole
it.
brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play.
You regret it.
Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty
Come on,
childish.
cut the crap.
Until I grew up. Looting, no one in the brigade. Did they really?
I think I can understand.
Yeah, but
Oh my
don't worry,
God.
my lady.
I don't
It's all
care
water
about
under the bridge to me
mercenaries.
now. I had a huge argument with my father, and I'm not investigating them due to any. Yeah. I told the boys to gather as.
I see. But
It is, but every mercenary lives.
that may be true.
Well, now.
What should we do?
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot.
Do
I'll
my
wait for
best.
news from you in the.
I'm honored that you
Point
care
blank.
so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first
Come
stop
on.
will be.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the
Okay.
I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro
Okay.
Archon also serve.
Since you so
Duel the wits
desperately
of men.
demand an explanation, you may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you. However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and therefore the works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual. We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater. In other words, instead of struggling against the Academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the pressure. Can Nilu stand her ground?
Calm down, Nilu. First,
carefully analyzed what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standards. However...
Fuck.
Don't think that would make for a good rebuttal.
Fuck.
Don't think that would make for a good rebuttal. Don't think that would make...
I hate this shit.
In your eyes, our shows can't meet the academia's expectations. Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the academia judging that? Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all. Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
Appreciation is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding. Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a
people like
long and
They're so
arduous
annoying,
process.
and they ramble all
And
the time.
guiding this
They try
process
to argue.
is the academia's
No.
true goal.
You know what?
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing I'm prepared. If I remember correctly, what I should say here is...
You know what I hate about those kind of... To be honest, an argument is a circle. It doesn't stop going. No matter what you believe and what you believe, there's no right or wrong answer to any argument. It can go on for eternity. There could be people arguing in eternity as we speak. So, if you think there's a right answer to every question, you're wrong. Just like animals. Animals keep evolving over time. Numbers, like pi, keep going. And on top of that, even like letters, even alphabets are consistently changed. A dictionary is always changed. Dictionaries get changed often. So, I believe there isn't truth to winning answer. Like abortion. Some people think it's bad, some people think it's good. And no one knows if it's bad or good because it's always being argued about. So there's no right or wrong answer. And there never will be. Sorry. I agree to none.
No. Can't do that. No.
Come on.
Someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works. I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
In that case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
You tell them, Nilu.
Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilu put forth is but her personal opinion. Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention.
There isn't a victory.
Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilu! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue is that you have violated the law, so you must now pay the price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings. Or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
He started talking about procedural stuff, so I need to focus on... I need to rethink things. I need to rethink. I need to rethink. I need to I need to... Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason. Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah! That's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is precedent for this. So long as this matter is discussed within the Academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the Academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilu's definitely won this point, right? You're right. Stay focused, Nilu.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performance is based on that fact. We can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That's a thing?
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building. And without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilu!
Right. I need to keep calm, but he... Just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us. Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time. Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Soren, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories. Even Inaya wants to stay with us, and she's starting to look forward to a new future. Zubair Theater exists for them, for every single one of us.
Perhaps Zubair Theater has provided you with a multitude of positive emotions and experiences. However, you have misconstrued something, young miss. The interpersonal relationships you speak of were established upon normal theater operations. Sheikh Zubair operates the theater for his livelihood. His employees work for their wages, and the audience comes to enjoy performances. Relationships are merely a byproduct in this exchange of interests. They may be pleasant and captivating, but they can only ever be secondary. When scholars collaborate to solve difficult problems, we freely share our knowledge and resources with one another as if we were all kin. However, this collaboration ends after the results of our work are published. The reason is simple. We are scholars, and there are new projects that await our attention.
He really doesn't think much of relationships. Paimon also thinks he did a lot of prep. He's been solid as a rock.
Sharif's argument is currently the more persuasive of the two for this point of contention. The continuance of the interpersonal relationships Nilu spoke of remains hypothetical before the theater's demolition, whereas the situation that Sharif described has been well documented at the Academia. The Academia has made significant academic contributions, in no small part due to its researchers' efficiency and ability to compartmentalize.
Oh no, what should we do? Things are going in the opposite direction. A setup? So
Good. He said what he said. The next argument could decide this debate. But... is this... She already agreed to this. She wants to win, no matter what. Mr. Sharif believes that interpersonal relationships are a byproduct of working towards a goal. Once that goal is achieved or abandoned, those relationships would have no more reason to continue. Then, if someone has failed to live up to his expectations...
If someone has failed to live up to your expectations and ran away from home, then she shouldn't be your daughter anymore. Right?
Inaya...
Sorry, Nilu. As expected, I should be the one to say it. You don't need to shoulder this responsibility for me. If in your eyes, the purpose of my existence is to become your academic successor, then that goal has ended in complete failure. By your logic, that means there is no more reason to sustain our relationship as father and daughter.
Members of the audience who do not belong to either debate party, please speak with caution.
Let her speak. What she does not say, Nilu will.
No matter how many disagreements we've had, the truth is that you are still my father. You're so immersed in your own world, you can't understand why we come together for the sake of relationships.
Yeah, don't look down on us.
You can watch a dance anywhere, but there's only one Zubair Theater.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy, what with the idiotic things he said.
Order! Order! Members of the audience, do not interrupt debate proceedings.
I confess that this is the final argument we had prepared. Disown me, and you will win the debate. But before that, Father, I have some final words to say. I've been doing some soul searching. Not about whether I should have run away from home, but whether there was any point to my personal rebellion against you. I kept trying to earn your approval, that is to say, but by doing that, I won't force my expectations upon you anymore. I will move on, but if you dare to harm this place...
This is not the time to space out, Sharif. The debate is still underway.
You already
You should be asking us that—
Of course we are!
Miss Inaya is a really good friend.
It was a bit of a process, but we won her over.
Make no mistake. All those who come to Zubair Theater become one of us.
This is so long.
It is surprising.
Wait, what are you... never mind.
They left?
Does that mean we've won?
We won?
Nilu, you're amazing!
I relaxed for a moment and I feel a little faint. It looks like he still has a place for her in his heart.
Terrific work, Nilu and Anaya. They likely won't cause any more trouble for us.
Didn't know you could get so fierce. I have a lot of newfound respect for you two.
This really took a lot out of me, though. I don't ever want to do this again.
Both Miss Nilu and Miss Inaya were so cool! Should we throw us?
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die.